You're welcome back to the show. This is Newsfile, your most authoritative news analysis show. And on Newsfile, we put Ghana first. Your comments and questions are welcome 1422, and we share them with the rest of the world. You can also post them on our Facebook page, and we'll share them with everybody else. This show is subsequently available on the Sky Channel 290 in England, in Europe, elsewhere. Well, if you're looking for solid, sleek, and sexy cars, the place to go to is Tonic Ghana. And I'm talking about looking for Jeeps and Chryslers. The best place to go is Tonic Ghana. The 8-speed automatic Eco Diesel Grand Cherokee, another first in Ghana, is simply amazing. You may want to try it. It's an array of sexy Jeep Compass, rugged Wrangler, and the incredible SRT for just your taste, while the Dodge Ram pickup, workhorse ever made, will provide reliable and comfort. Call Tonic Ghana today on 0501 338 072. The number again is 0501 338 072 for a test drive. Tonic Ghana, setting the standards. And also, I keep telling you about ZipNet Ghana. If you don't have a ZipNet residential internet, you are losing out big time. So try them. Call ZipNet Ghana on 0302 740 090. That's 0302 740 090. Or you can email ZipNet at info@myzipnet.com or visit their website, myzipnet.com. ZipNet, that is simply reliable. They've got very interesting packages for your homes in Accra, in Tema, in Kumasi, and Takrady, and at very affordable rates. You will enjoy unlimited browsing, downloads, or streaming if you subscribe to ZipNet. They have ZipNet Bronze, Silver, Gold, or Night Pack residential packages for your reliable internet experience. Sincere dear, and Komono Ayede. It's free after one on MTN. Talk for as long as you like with MTN in Komodo. You pay for the first minute and the rest is free. Yes, it's absolutely free after the first minute. Enjoy unlimited talk time only on MTN to MTN calls. Enjoy the offer. And to do that, you call 315. That is 315. Or you dial *315# to subscribe for free. So go on, enjoy long conversations only with MTN in Komodo. Welcome to the new world, MTN everywhere you go. And Star Assurance continues to assure you that their dedicated team is ready to offer you cutting-edge insurance policies that give you peace of mind and power to achieve your set goals. They work to protect your properties and businesses when the unexpected happens. They have branches all over Ghana, and they are focused on building partnerships that last a lifetime. Star Assurance, you can get them 0302 240 632, 0302 240 632, or visit starassurance.com. Star Assurance, that's your CIMG Insurance Company of the Year 2012, and Star Assurance is definitely your solid partner. Briefly on Eric Amoateng, and I'd like to start with you, Abdul Malik Kubako Jr. You know that Eric Amoateng, he touched at the Kotoka International Airport on Thursday, and he was arrested. And as we know, yesterday he was taken to the court, and bail was granted under conditions that I have suggested are quite harsh for that offense. And the facts as we know them are that on December 11, 2005, he was convicted and jailed for illegally possessing narcotics or heroin of 136 pounds with a street value of about $6 million. And since he arrived, after serving his 10-year jail sentence in the United States of America, he's gone through a debriefing process, and then also he's been charged for passport fraud. I'm reliably informed that the specific charge is forging official documents, which according to our criminal law should attract, it's a second-degree felony, should attract some bit of, you know, if he's found guilty.
You mean conspiracy to forge? Or just straightforward forging?
I'm told by the police that it's forging official documents.
He did that forging from the U.S. jurisdiction.
Oh, we'll see
while
how
he's
that
in jail.
goes.
That's why I was asking whether there's a conspiracy element in the charge sheet, because then it would make sense to me. But if it's just straightforward, stripped of conspiracy, that would be quite interesting to see how he, whilst in jail in the U.S., was able to do the forgery. And I'm told the passport is dated somewhere February 2009. And I've heard some people suggesting that because we were in transition, it was easy for a convict, especially a drug baron, as it's put, to get that kind of thing done because of the challenges of a period of transition. And my first reaction was that, look, passport fraud is an ongoing crime. As we speak, we published some incidents recently relative to the Hajj process, and more investigations are undergoing.
I'm presently representing some people on those issues.
Yes, so passport fraud is an ongoing
happens
crime,
almost daily. And
it is not exclusive to the drug trade. And it's a very serious thing that we should look at because it affects us as a nation. There are a lot of people out there holding our passports and things who are not even Ghanaians and are doing things that damage the dignity and image of this country. So if the police have evidence to the effect that some forgery took place and that Mr. Amoateng was involved even whilst outside Ghana, and it is possible to be involved whilst you are outside Ghana in such crimes, I don't think there should be too much hue and cry about that in terms of the principle and the mandate of a statutory agency of state to conduct investigations. But for this, really, he would have served 10 years in jail. The crime for which he was prosecuted and convicted was a very terrible one. It affected his own image. It affected the image of the legislature. It affected the state of Ghana. It's a very disgraceful, shameful act as far as I'm concerned. And yet he's gone through the due process in the United States and been punished. We would have just said, fine, welcome back home. He's a Ghanaian citizen. Those who even murder, those who even commit treason, still have people who celebrate them. We have this country, we celebrate people who commit treason against elected governments. We name international airports after them. We give them all sorts of privileges and things. And treason is the highest crime in the land. Murder is also a very high crime. But all these people get people eventually. And punishment is supposed to reform you. Custodial sentences, the principle, the philosophy is to reform the person. And so the idea is that, yes, the crime was disgraceful, the offense was unpalatable. For me, there's no way anybody can excuse that. But after serving your punishment, society has a bigger heart, bigger stomach to try and get you and let you change your ways. Right. You know? So that's it. I have nothing against the NACOP debriefing tool. It's a routine thing. And I was surprised that some people were worried about that. But it appears that he didn't have a lawyer with him. Yes. That is based on Joy FM's
Even
report.
up to yesterday in the afternoon when he was going to court, he was making an appeal for a lawyer to come to his rescue.
Those are unnecessary things. Those are so unnecessary that our state security agencies or the appropriate bodies like NACOP ought not to let that happen. You know, it's a blot in an otherwise responsible duty that you are executing.
How do you take that against the security? It is his job to look for a lawyer.
No, but you see, it's his job when you bring the person in there, you know what exercise are you going to do. I think you can ask him questions. Do you want a lawyer? Should we call you a lawyer, or would you want to call you a lawyer? Look, it doesn't take away anything from your mandate.
But we don't know if he also gave a waiver in that respect, because you are entitled
why was he complaining to your reporter?
All right.
That the reporter should look for a lawyer?
We're supposed to deal with it just briefly and move on.
No, let me finish. So I said there's nothing wrong. And you know, when it comes to the law, your properties too are attached.
Yes, because you're not supposed to benefit from proceeds of crime.
Yes, that is the law. I am aware that right from the day he was busted, NACOP, in collaboration with the U.S. agencies, did a simultaneous investigations, and including his properties. Okay, as to whether the properties have been formally confiscated or not, I'm not aware. Okay. But I know that there was a tracking of his properties, because if you look at this report on the seizure of the 136 pounds of heroin in the United States and arrest of 2 Ghanaians, Honorable Eric Amoateng and Ni Okai Ajay, on 12 November 2005. This is a NACOP official report. And if you go into it, they talked about the things they were doing. If I will read just this one.
Go ahead.
Following the arrest of the above-named subjects in the United States with 136 pounds of heroin, the Narcotics Control Board initiated a simultaneous investigation on the following terms of reference. 1, identify accomplices in Ghana. 2, the source of the drug. 3, how it got to the U.S. 4, any security lapses. And 5, identify properties for seizure and confiscation.
In accordance with law.
In accordance with law.
Okay. Sam, what do you say? And there's a portion that Kweku appears to, bring our attention to. Now he's back. People seem to say that no one should want to associate with him. Meanwhile, we understand that the punishment is supposed to reform and deter other people, and that in the end, such people should be accepted into society if they have reformed.
Well, Samson, I think that at the end of the day, nobody can deprive him of his fundamental freedoms, which include association and all of that. You can't say people should not associate with him. You can't even stop him from still remaining a member of a political party. Maybe, as per our law, he might not be able to hold political office, and all of that. But at the end of the day, his basic freedoms cannot be curtailed either by the state or by any group of individuals.
They can be curtailed lawfully.
Yeah. Well, lawfully. But when I say cannot be curtailed, I mean unlawfully.
Right.
Yeah. But you see, where we seem to have a divergence on this matter, and when I say we, I mean most of us who speak for the NDC and for government, has to do with the posture of the NPP on this matter. And when I talk about the posture of the NPP on this matter, I think that it is long overdue a disassociation by the hierarchy of the NPP as a political party from the unfortunate instances we saw at the arrival hall of Kotoka International Airport, where you had people dressed in party colors, in party t-shirts, going there and carrying all sorts of placards.
He was a member of parliament.
Cocaine or no cocaine,
he was a member of parliament, and we all admit that his wealth was used to
finance the party.
A lot of people within his constituency.
So it means that the NPP officially associates itself with his actions, because at the end of the day, that's the inference I'm making here. Because if the NPP, yes, it's an allowable inference. Okay, I'll show you how sustainable it is. If the NPP is saying, and the former National Communications Director for the elections, Nana Kumia, has stated categorically that there is no grounds and basis, and that's why I've made direct reference to him, that there is no ground or basis for the party to disassociate itself from those who went there in political colours to welcome him. Then it is safe inference for me to say that the NPP as a political party subscribes itself to the actions and inactions of Honorable Amoateng, and that in itself is very shameful. Okay, yes, you say people people had benefited from his generosity. In fact, he's referred to most times. If you read documentation around the time he was arrested, he was referred to severally as a philanthropist. You get it? And so clearly people who have benefited from his philanthropy are the people who showed up there. Now, the philanthropic gestures of his, were they towards the NPP? Did he, apart from supporting individuals in his constituency, support the national party as a whole? Did the NPP fund some of his activities using proceeds from his drug money? And that is why the NPP finds it morally unconscionable to distance themselves away from him? Is that the issue we are seeing here? And you see, when you juxtapose this against previous instances in the NPP.
What do you want that? How do you want it? An official statement from the NPP saying
Exactly.
we disown Eric Amoateng as a member of the party? Or what?
No. An official statement stating clearly that the NPP does not condone the activities of drug dealers and disassociates itself from the official welcome that was given to him at the airport.
Official welcome.
Oh, obviously, it was an official welcome. The moment you have the party's logo and the party shirts there, and I'm coming, let me give you a clear example of where the NPP itself has done same in the past. In the case of Mr. Kennedy Japan, when he made his informal statements that guns and Evers should be killed, okay, he was picked up by the police. They argued that he had been held for more than 48 hours. When he was freed, granted bail by a court, we saw the actions of members of the NPP, including senior leading members of the NPP. What did they do? They gave him a hero's welcome. They marched, they carried him shoulder high from the High Court to their party office. But even in that instance, the then chairman of the party, Jacob Lamte, caused a statement to be issued that disassociated the NPP from the statements that guns and Evers should be killed. In this instance, the difficulty to issue a similar statement, albeit comical or cosmetic, to distance the NPP
endorsement.
It's an overt endorsement of drug activities and drug barons.
Thank you very much. Nana, this is squarely before you. How do you respond to that? The NPP ought to issue an official statement dissociating itself from the ex-convicts.
That's what he did yesterday.
Mr. Sam George can tackle himself. I mean, he's entitled to amuse himself. It's not a problem for us at all. The man committed a crime. He was arrested. He has been punished, which is more than a lot of people in the NDC who have committed crimes leading to loss of money of the taxpayer have done. He's been punished. He served his punishment, 7 full years or so.
Okay, and when you say a lot of people in the NDC who have committed crimes, you can prove that.
Well, because they haven't been prosecuted.
Yeah, you can prove that in the first place.
Because they have not been prosecuted.
If you say some have alleged, alleged to have been involved in some.
Okay. They have been alleged to have been. Well, talking about one just a few moments ago. Now he's been punished. He's served his punishment. He's returned to his home country. Now Sam George is asking us to issue a statement, disassociating ourselves from what? From him? For what?
Clarify that matter.
For what? Now he says that party supporters went to the airport to welcome him, and they were in party T-shirts. Look,
that's a fact.
That's a fact. I didn't watch the footage, but let's assume that that's a fact. Look, the DCE from Koranza, Amoateng's district, I heard him, and I have him on tape. If you like, I'll give it to you to play today. Now, I heard him asking the people of Nkoranza to go and welcome the man at the airport. A DCE, an official, in fact, the political authority in Nkoranza. I heard him. I have the tape here, Samson. If you have time, I'll give it to you to play it live.
Does the NPP endorse that?
Endorse what?
That invitation to the people of Nkoranza to go welcome him?
Samson, like I'm saying, the man has committed a crime. The man has committed a crime. He served time. If people choose to go and meet him, he has friends, he has relatives, he has supporters. If some of them choose to go and meet him at the airport in party colors, I would have wished that they didn't go in party colors. But if they went there in party colors, we're not going to punish them. That why did you go there in party colors? Their T-shirts are their personal properties. You see? And you see, when you go on this tangent, Samson, if you are not careful, then you are going to bring in issues like people in the NDC. You're going to talk about double standards. People in the NDC who have committed crimes and been convicted by courts of law and served their conviction, actually being welcomed back into the party and given official positions as we speak.
Who are you talking about?
Several.
No. Who are you talking about, Nana?
See, see these things, it gets you into...
No, but you cannot be doing that. Who are you talking about? Who in the NDC has been convicted of which crime and is in government?
I wished you hadn't asked me to provide names.
If you allege, you
but if you insist, well, Mr. Yankee, wasn't he convicted by a court of law in this country? Mr. Pepra, wasn't he? Mr. Danabodapi, wasn't he? You see, so...
Abudapi is not in government.
Sorry?
He's not in government. You said people...
He was an ambassador at one stage, wasn't he?
He's not in government.
He's not in government.
What are you talking about? He's contesting for your national chairmanship.
But that is the party. Is the party the same as government?
Okay.
Nana, you should know this better.
Nana,
you should know this better.
I
government
right.
now.
I see this. The man was an ambassador. Wasn't he?
So now you're talking past tense. You should check your tenses. You said
it doesn't change the principle.
Government.
All right, gentlemen.
Now some judge is teaching us tenses.
Yes, I'll take you to a class of Mexico.
I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry to cross over this particular discussion.
I mean, I want to get to the substance of the matter and avoid this.
Do that in a minute because
this
the time is running out on you.
Yeah. I am intrigued about the passport thing. I don't know if it's true because the story is too intriguing. I mean, the man is behind bars. Before he went there, he had a service passport as a member of parliament. It wouldn't have expired because he had been in parliament for maybe a year and a half. So the passport would not have expired. In any case, he didn't need a passport because he was behind bars.
To suggest that that passport wouldn't have expired and would have still been available to him will suggest also a failure on the part of parliament because after that conviction, was it not the duty of parliament to rip him off that? Okay, correct. That's the point I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you had a passport which would be confiscated by the prison authorities in America. And when you sorry,
yes, because it's the property of Ghana.
Yes. And so you have a passport, and then you are in jail, so you actually don't need a passport. And then we are told that there's a passport issued in 2009, where he was still in jail.
Correct.
And then it turned out to be so. I don't know if that story is true, but if it's true, it's very intriguing. And I like a thorough investigation to be done into
well,
that.
It won't be long. We'll get to know the details when the statement is ready in court.
That is what I believe will help us as a nation in terms of passport, not this party T-shirt.
Right, Fifi, what can you say briefly? What can you say briefly about this, and then we move on. Sorry, gentlemen. Yep.
I think really he having served his term and come back to the country is one thing all of us need to take a close look at in terms of learning lessons, okay, as a country. And but it's not just a country that's supposed to learn a lesson. As a political party, NPP needs to learn a lot of lessons as well. Because having your member of parliament committing these, not just an immoral crime, but disgracing the party, disgracing the people of Ghana.
Is that a suggestion that the party knew what he was involved in and, you know, dealt with him, received, as it were, bad money?
No, the point I'm making is simple, that I remember pretty well in the wake of that whole incident, how initially MPP was pretty defensive even of that whole position until the guy was convicted. And remember, those were the days when there were so many issues relating to cocaine all over the place, and subsequent to that as well. I'm just saying, as a party, really, what we saw at the airport really totally was uncalled for. Given the background, given the issues relating to MPP and cocaine for 8 years and all, the party obviously should have made very strong pronouncement. Very strong pronouncement. I mean, to tell supporters that, listen, you had no business appearing there in party colors. In order to let supporters know that you may love the man, you have the right to go and welcome him. But please, go in there in party colors.
Supposing it was the NDC, how would the NDC have restrained its members, particularly maybe members from the man's constituency who wanted to go to the airport in party colors? How would the NDC have done that?
No, the truth of the matter is this, that when you go in your individual position, the party really can't stop you.
Correct.
Yeah,
but when you go in your individual position, the party really can't stop you.
Correct.
Yeah,
but the point I'm making is simple. When you appear in party colors, and you actually put up placards stating cocaine or no cocaine will have you, what you effectively are saying is that as a party or as supporters of this party, we simply don't care.
And my question is that how practically could the NDC, for example, if it were in that situation, have
what the NPP would have,
stopped?
what the NDC would have done was to have issued a statement to denounce those who actually did that wearing party colors.
In fact, we've done that in the past.
That's absolutely what we would have done.
In the Supreme Court petition,
That's really
when
what we would have
people
done.
appeared in front of the Supreme Court with canes in party colors, the General Secretary of the NDC actually granted a press interview and issued a statement and called on the police and security apparatus to arrest anybody who goes before the Supreme Court.
He claimed that those people were NPP supporters.
Oh, obviously, but he still went ahead and said and gave that statement.
He bastardized it.
Okay, gentlemen,
But
hold
I have
on.
a point
Hold
to
on.
it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So the point I'm making is that that NPP should clearly have spoken to that issue. And Akumea should clearly, your party must have spoken. I mean, if not for anything, just to say that, listen, we absolutely do not condone this. As far as we are concerned, it's absolutely objectionable. It's wrong. Party members should not have done so. At least then people would have known.
Okay.
I mean, being silent as they are, it could only be because possibly. I mean, you are still pretty indebted, isn't it? Indebted to the good things that the man would have done.
Koku, 30 seconds, and then we'll move on. Koku, 30 seconds.
I think there's a certain attempt to seek political capital out of what happened at the airport, and I think that's unfair. See, cocaine business, drug business is a despicable business, no doubt about it. But there are other offenses too that cost the state. People who were convicted, not just for willfully causing financial loss to the state, but also perpetrating fraud. Fraud. When they were released, we had the NDC supporters also welcoming them, insisting. In fact, the party itself actually wrote a pamphlet, put out a pamphlet that challenged the judicial pronouncement and made those people political prisoners.
Yes, because the party disagreed with the court on those issues.
No, so they went, but the judicial determination was that they had willfully committed financial loss to the state and also committed fraud, some of them. Okay?
But the party is entitled to disagree.
Wait. I'm not sure we want our supporters. The lessons. No, can you listen to me? The lesson. I'm not sure we want to educate or inspire our party supporters to celebrate fraud or people who have been judicially pronounced as having committed fraud.
Thank you. Let's move on.
Political prisoners?
They were political prisoners.
You see now? You see now? You see the hypocrisy? You see? Political prisoners? Political prisoners? Where? Where?
Political prisoners and
Did the government of the day?
This is a joke. This is a joke.
Of the day, did MPP
The political
leading
prisoners, who
member
are
of the
those
MPP
political
not say
prisoners?
that the reason for this
Who
fast
are
track
they?
prosecution was to make sure that
Who
NDC
are
was
the
distributed?
political prisoners?
Yes. What are you talking
Who
about?
are
You
they?
and I know.
Who are the political prisoners?
People you are referring to that
What are you talking about?
So effectively,
Is that why you did this pamphlet
effectively,
and called them
You
political
and I
prisoners?
know.
That's your own
That
view.
it was a
That is
political
not the view of
prosecution.
the courts of the land.
The aim of it was
They had the option
but
of
to
appealing.
legitimate the
Have they
NDC as
appealed?
a political
Did
party.
they appeal?
So don't even bring that issue over.
Gentlemen,
Did they have? They had the option of appealing. Did they?
Correct. Gentlemen,
Don't even bring
What
that
are
issue
you
over.
talking
we
about?
ought not be going back
Hey, what are you
to
talking about?
bastardizing the courts.
When the
That's what they did. Every NDC man who was jailed was a political
It was a
prisoner.
political
That's a
prosecution.
joke.
That's what it was.
That's a joke.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
It's a joke.
We'll move on here.
Samson, I need a minute.
What?
Look.
That we are not building a nation.
Now, if you have anything to say, do it 30 seconds and I'll hold you to it.
No problem.
Because he's spoken already.
You know,
Yeah.
this
If you
business
give him,
about-
we'll have to speak.
Please, no.
Samson, no, we may not.
No.
If it's speaking, we'll speak again.
No.
We will speak again.
No.
Samson, give us 2 minutes to
Okay,
round
see,
up.
look. I'm in charge of this show. Sorry. Now, speak 30 seconds.
You are
Samson,
appealing to your conscience.
we're talking about disgrace. The biggest disgrace this country has suffered is the official airlifting of $3 million to Brazil. That has made us a laughing stock.
What's the connection here?
No, Fifi was talking about disgrace.
Is it for real?
That's made us a laughing stock
That's the biggest
in the
disgrace.
whole world. Laughing stock. Today, Ghana is in the news because our currency is the worst currency in the whole world. Why are we talking about disgrace? What is disgrace?
I thought you had a specific comment to this particular matter. Sorry. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Sam George. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I don't continue from that point. You're still here. Sorry, you won't finish that. You're still here on Newsfile on Joy 99.7 FM. This is Multi TV. This is your Joy News channel. And we are live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi and over a dozen affiliate stations. Gentlemen, we have very discerning people listening to this show, and they want to listen to you one after the other. Thank you very much.
So will you give us
Gentlemen, okay, this is where we take a break and we return to look at the economy. Going to IMF, is that a cure to our economic challenges, not crisis? We'll be right back.